Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Brooke Hiddink. I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur located in Dubai. I'm originally from Toronto. Today, we're going to be going through Module 6 of the completely free high-ticket e-commerce YouTube course. And Module 6 is on onboarding suppliers. Before we dive in, I'm giving away thousands and thousands of dollars of free value. I would greatly appreciate your support. Please hit subscribe on my channel below. Like this video. If you have any questions about anything I covered today, please put it in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer any and all comments. Without further ado, let's dive into Module 6 on onboarding suppliers. Just to review, up to this point, Module 1, we did business setup. Module 2, we selected your niche. Module 3, we did supplier research. Module 4, we did demo store, built a demo store. Module 5, we closed our first 5 suppliers. In Module 6, we're now going to be onboarding those suppliers onto the website. So just to review what you should have done by this point. You should have your business set up correctly. You should have selected your profitable niche in 2023. You should have done all the supplier research for the products in your niche. You should have built your demo store. You should have closed your first 5 suppliers. Now we're going to get those suppliers live on the website before step 7, which is going to be the next video on launching your advertising. So before we dive in, step 1 is going to be familiarizing yourself with dealer agreements. So when you close a supplier, what's usually going to happen is they're going to send you a bunch of different dealer agreements to sign to make the agreement official that you are now an authorized retailer of their products. I'm just going to go through some of the ones you might see. Not all suppliers are going to send you all of them. Some of them might all be in one agreement. Some might send you all these separately. Really varies, but here are just some things to look for. We have a dealer agreement, essentially outlines the terms of the relationship, who's responsible for what, essentially saying that giving you permission to sell their products on your website. Sometimes MAP will be included in that, sometimes MAP separately. It will maybe explain how the orders are processed, who's responsible for warranty, if shipping damages, anything like that will be explained in the dealer agreement. The pricing agreement outlines the MAP policy as well as exceptions that would permit you to list below MAP, like let's say a Black Friday sale, or you're allowed to have a site-wide discount. It will explain whether MAP is enforced, if it is enforced, what the price is of the various items you're allowed to sell, and any situations where you would be permitted to actually list below MAP. The product information sheet will essentially be a package of all the supplier's products, their images, the product information, the dimensions, the instructions, the manuals will usually come in an information package. Sometimes they will just refer you to their website to get the information right off there, but oftentimes it will come in an information package or a Dropbox. Dropship agreement essentially outlines shipping terms and how orders are processed. So where you're supposed to submit orders, how shipping works, like whether they ship for you and just charge you for it, whether it's a set shipping rate for the entire country, whether certain areas of the country are a certain rate, or if it's variable on every single order. That will all be explained in the dropship agreement, as well as who's responsible for damages depending where they occur. Inventory sheet is regularly updated with up-to-date inventory numbers on their various products, so you can keep your website up to date and inform your customers what's in stock, what's out of stock. And lastly, some dealers will actually have a dealer portal, which makes your life very easy. It essentially allows you to see updated pricing, updated inventory, allows you to submit your orders all in one harmonized dashboard. It's essentially a portal. Very easy for you to track orders, submit new orders, anything like that. And just to refer again, if you have excellent suppliers, you'll have excellent business. So it's as simple as that. Make sure you fill all this stuff out correctly. Stay organized, which is going to be step 2, which is essentially creating a dealer portal. So when you first get your first few dealers, it might not be that complicated to track everything just on your email. But as you add more and more, trust me, it will get complicated fast. So you want to create a hub where you track all of your different dealer information. So track everything in one harmonized location. You can use Notion, you can use Monday.com, you can use Asana. It doesn't really matter what you use. You can even use Excel. But you just want to have this should say supplier. So supplier 1, 2, 3, however many you have. You want to have where their inventory is. So you could have a link to a Google Sheet here. You could have a link to a dealer portal here, just where you track inventory, where the up-to-date pricing is, whether that's on their website, whether it's on another Google Sheet, put the link here, as well as the product information sheet for that supplier, your main contact's name, how orders are submitted, whether it's on the portal, if it's on email, the order submission email that you send to, the main contact. You'll usually have a main contact, usually the head of e-commerce or something like that at the supplier, their phone number, as well as a link to the dealer portal with your login information. I just recommend you make a sheet like this that has all of your suppliers in one place with your point of contact, how pricing is updated, how inventory is updated, and how you can actually submit orders. It will make your life far, far easier as you add more and more suppliers to your website. Step number 3 is uploading products. And there's 2 ways that you can do this. Manually is just you go into the back end of Shopify, you click products on the left-hand side, and you can essentially just upload your products in there using the information they give you. So you're gonna have to put the price, the vendor, which is your supplier's name, the collections, which is essentially your categories of products. So you could have like saunas, infrared saunas, barrel saunas. You could put the collection there. You put the product information, you put the pictures, everything like that. I'm not going to go into this video a tutorial on how to upload products. There's probably plenty of useful videos on Shopify on how to upload products manually. I'm not going to do it for this video, but I recommend if you're doing 0 to 30 products, you do it manually. That will save you time. And there's an app called Matrixify. You can type it on Google, Matrixify Help Center, and they have a whole database of videos on how to use Matrixify. But essentially, some suppliers will send you thousands and thousands of products. So if they're doing that, I recommend you use a tool like Matrixify, which essentially allow you to bulk upload a whole bunch of products at once. You can do everything except pictures. So you still have to have either yourself or someone on your team go in afterwards and put in pictures on each one. But it will be far, far easier for uploading product information, the prices, the titles of the products, the collections, using a tool like Matrixify. If you have above 30, I recommend using it. It might be a little bit tricky for you to figure out at the beginning, but over time, especially as you add more and more suppliers, it's something you're gonna have to learn for sure eventually, because it's gonna save you a ton of time. But if you only have a few products from a supplier, you can just do it manually, or you can hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork. Just if you're searching someone to do product uploads, make sure you type in manual product upload, because you're going to need them to go in and put all the information, the pictures manually. It's not like they can just bulk upload it via CSV if you're selling like $20 junk, like a lot of stores are, which they're used to. So just make sure you specify manual Shopify product uploads if you're looking for someone to do it on one of these platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. Step number 4 is you're going to have shipping and warranty policies. So every supplier you work with will have varying shipping, return, and warranty policies. So I recommend you mirror your supplier's policies exactly. So this way, if something happens to the product, if you're covered, you can cover your customer. If you're not covered, you will not cover your customer. So let's say your supplier says if anything happens to the product during shipment, it's a warranty that they'll pay you back for. So that way you will just put that exact policy on your own website. So then if something happens and your customer says, hey, my product got damaged shipping, you can say, oh, no worries. We will cover you, because you already know your supplier is going to cover you. Where if the supplier said, nope, you are responsible for shipping damages as soon as it's picked up. At that point, you would have a decision to make. You could buy insurance, so then you are covered if something happens, or you could say to the customer, sorry, like if something happens in shipping, it's your responsibility. Obviously, they're not going to be very happy about that, so I would recommend buying insurance. But that way you know, and then you can mirror the policies exactly on your website. So how I recommend doing this is you're going to have a parent policy. So you'll have essentially one big policy that's linked in your footer and linked in your menu, and it will have all the suppliers. So it will say like shipping policy, and then you'll have a generic thing that says shipping policy varies by product type. Please see below. And then you'll have brand number 1. This is the shipping policy for brand number 1. Brand number 2. This is the shipping policy for brand number 2. And you'll have the same thing for returns. Our general rule is you can return a product in 30 days if the customer pays return shipping, and sometimes there's a restocking fee depending on the product. Please see below for the return policies for each brand. Then you have brand number 1, return policy, brand number 2, return policy, and so forth. Again, so you're covered. If certain brand says that you can't return something after a certain time, then your policy will just be mirrored what you can return to your brand. So if your brand allows 60-day returns, then you can put to your customer that you allow 60-day returns. So if your customer sends it back to you within 60 days, you can send it back to the supplier. You're not caught in a situation where you told your customer you would refund them, but you can't be refunded. So you have to mirror your supplier's policies exactly. And then individually on each product page, you can then put a tab. I use an app called Tabs by Station. You can put warranty and return policy, and you can essentially put, as you build up collections, you should have a collection for each brand. So you should have brand 1 collection. So you can click the brand's name on your website and it'll show all of their products on one page. So essentially you can create a tab using one of these apps like Tabs by Station, where it will say warranty and return policy for brand X. And then you can put that tab on only that brand's product pages. So we'll have the warranty and return policy for just that brand, while you have your parent policy with all the brands linked in your footer and linked in your menu. So you kind of cover your both bases. You're going to have the one with all the brands in one place linked in your footer and your menu. And then on each product page, you can create one for each brand that will automatically attach to all of that brand's products. So you're going to have your parent policy and your brand specific policies. That's how I recommend setting up that. And again, all this information regarding your shipping, warranty, and return policies will be in your dealer agreement that you get from your supplier as you're onboarding them. Conclusion. So at the end of this module, you should be familiar with the different dealer agreements that we discussed here. So dealer agreement, pricing agreement, product information sheet, dropship agreement, and sometimes a dealer portal. Again, not every single supplier will have all these. Sometimes they'll just send you one big package with all this in it. Sometimes they'll send you all this separately. It really depends on the supplier. So don't be worried if you don't get every single one of these from every supplier. You should create a portal to manage all of your supplier's information, as well as how inventory is updated for that supplier, how you submit orders for that supplier, the pricing for that supplier, everything in one place to keep things organized for yourself. It will make your life far, far easier as you add more and more brands and scale. You should upload your products. So if you only have a few, you can do it manually. You can hire someone to do it manually for you. I recommend if you have a whole bunch of products from a supplier, like hundreds or thousands, use a tool like Matrixify. It might be a little bit tricky to figure out at first, but it's definitely worth your time to learn it and will save you a ton of time in the long run. I recommend creating your policies for shipping, warranty, and return. So you should have one parent policy that has all of your suppliers' information on it and exactly what will happen with each brand's products. And then you can use an app like Tabs by Station to put that brand's specific policies on that brand's products and will only show for their products. So by the end of this module, you should have set up your business. You should have selected your niche. You should have found all the suppliers in that niche. You should have created a demo store. You should have closed your first 5 suppliers. And now after this, module 6, you should have uploaded your first 5 suppliers onto your website. And module 7, in the next video, we're going to be over setting up your ads on Google and on Bing. Thank you for taking time out of your wonderful day to watch. I give away thousands and thousands of dollars of free value in my free high-ticket e-commerce YouTube course. I would greatly appreciate your support. If you could please hit subscribe below, like this video, and if you have any questions at all on any of the stuff that I covered today, please put it in the comment section. And don't be afraid to use Shopify tutorials or Matrixify. A lot of the apps that you use will have tutorials right on there that will go more in depth on the specific things that I discussed today. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for taking your time out of your wonderful day to watch this video, and I will see you soon in the next one on Module 7, which is going to be setting up your high-ticket e-commerce advertising. I'll see you then. Have a great day.